I've done lots of different things, like, in art. But Concert's always been a thing I've been proud to come from Consett, and there's loads of characters in Consett, and it's like there's loads of things you can think of that you can draw inspiration from about Consett. Everything from the steelworks, the pubs, the sort of everyday life, So that's where it comes from, really. I've sort of drawn all my life, even when I was a kid, my family had a betting shop business in Consett, and I remember going in when I was a kid and drawing on the blackboards. So that goes back to the mid-60s, so all my life, really. What I try to do is just sort of capture and observe everyday things. So it's rather than have it like on a technical or sort of a heritage thing, just observe people sort of going about the daily lives. So that's what I'm interested in, more than the sort of how do I put it? It's just capturing everyday life, really. That's what it's about. I try and think of things that are of interest, things that I remember when I was a kid, or characters or whatever, and then just try and pick up, visualize it in my head, and then just start mapping it out. I tend to go to the place as it exists now and take a photo. So I've got my own visual reference, and then I just build it up from there, really. Think of situations, I try and add humour into it, and just see how they turn out. It's a bit of an experiment, to tell you the truth. The ones I do now, it's out of my head, they're out of my head and my own sort of photos. So I tend not to just reproduce what's already been done by somebody taking a photo, there is characters who I do remember. There's a few characters on there that did exist, but there could be anybody. I mean, the football one could be us. It's just because that's what used to happen. Lads played football in the street because you could. There was hardly any cars. It was just, that was the thing. You played out from, on the holidays, you played out from sort of 10 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. I think I preferred it then, but times change, and it's got its good points now, so I think, a bit of both, really. Some people would complain about the dust, the red dust from what was sort of coming out the steelworks, but then you lost the whole sort of heartbeat, really, when it went. There has been people moved away, but most of the people that I know are still kicking around Consett. Still here. I was just telling my son there yesterday when we drove from where we'd been to Hexham. Actually, we drove through Castleside and on the road from sort of the Grove to Consett, which is sort of where Tesco's is going to be built and there's vast openness. And I says, when I used to drive along here in the 60s and 70s, there was all the pipes and things were overhead over the car, and it was a little windy road, and there was dust flying out and smoke flying out, and I tell them what it was like, because they don't know, So it was a different town, but the sort of the spirit's still there. That hasn't died.